Well, it received over 30,000 hits in less than 3 hours. Of course, I'm talking about the video that everyone else is talking about. Welcome to the Big Purple Couch for an exclusive interview. I'm Phil Pallen, here with the Director of Campus Police, Chief Elgin Austen. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. As
well, we have Carolyn Hawthorn from the USC.
Hello
Welcome
again.
to you as well. So I guess where we want to start, I mean, you know, probably more than anyone, that everyone is talking about this. A lot of students are concerned. I guess the place where we should start is what exactly sort of initiated this?
Well, we have a young student who's in his 4th year, has spent a great deal of effort toward his education, that through a situation that developed himself, became disoriented with regard to who he was and what he was doing, and initiated some situation that we hope to get resolved at some point and get him back in university.
Right, okay, and so obviously in the video it's clear the police are involved, and it's been made clear in media releases that there were both London police and campus police present at the situation. Just for our viewers, can you just clarify first of all the difference between the two?
Well, the difference, one of the big differences is that London police have a lot more people. They carry sidearms, they carry tasers and things like that. Campus police don't have any of that type of thing. As far as authority, the campus police have the authority that we require on campus and all of the affiliates and the various other areas that we patrol, which is just the same as what London police have. So the authority is the same, but the tools are different. Our approach to students is a very community-oriented approach. And for most cases, like 1 out of a million, you may say, in a case like this, verbal interaction doesn't work, and the individual themselves, well, we answer approximately 7,000 calls a year here at the university, and it's, for the most part, everyone is very respectful. There's a substantial promotion, you may say, and support of a safe campus for students, and anybody that isn't safe on campus, then we want to know what the problem is so we can fix the problem.
Right, and so you said one of the things in there is that the tools between the two police groups are a bit different. Is this the reason why London police were called to this, like why we had the city police? We're trying to understand why, when we have our own police resources, why the city was called.
Well, when this young person burst into an office on the higher level floor over here at Social Science, and basically the person in that office left, the student barricaded himself in the office, thought that he owned the office, and he was a professor here at the university, and this was his office. Then that's when we decided, or our officers decided that were on the scene, that they needed to have outside assistance. Campus police have a reporting line to London police, because London police are the police service that appoint campus police to this university. So we report back to London police as well as reporting here to the university administration. So there's a dual reporting role, and they're approved by the Ministry of Correctional Services and Public Safety. So that's the same ministry that approve police officers in all other parts of Ontario, except that the appointment comes from London police in this particular case. It's almost like a precinct, you may say.
Sure. Okay. Now, I will speak for, I think, all students or most students in saying that in viewing this video, the amount of violence in terms of the reaction that it's caused is disturbing. I'm wondering if you can tell us your stance on this situation.
Well, yeah, like as far as violence is concerned, I'm not condoning any violence. As a matter of fact, we do everything we can to prevent violence from occurring. But when we have a situation that has occurred, we have a very substantial young guy here that's around 6 feet tall and about 220 pounds roughly, and strong. He's a bulky kind of a guy that has no comprehension of really what he's doing at all, and later on, hopefully he may, but at that particular time, he just wants to flee and get away, and you can't have somebody like that running around campus, you know, upsetting people and having people locking themselves in rooms and things like that. That has to be stopped, and that's why the campus police are here.
Okay, so, and I mean, another thing that students have been mentioning, though, is that obviously it's clear in the video that there's 5 police officers and 1 individual that's being dealt with. So you don't think the amount of force that was taken was in excess?
Well, I think what you have to understand then is how all of this is done. That the force that is used is consistent with the adequacy standards of the province of Ontario. With a young guy like that, I don't know whether anybody's had experience with people that are basically not in control of their own behavior, and that may be on some other type of product. There's no alcohol was involved in this case, but there may be some other things that were involved, and does not want to be taken into custody, is that there's a considerable amount of strength that's involved in these cases. And so what the police do, they overwhelm the person with just a lot of people so they don't have to beat them up, you may say, so that they can bring that individual down, handcuff them. And I don't know who is booing, but I wish you wouldn't do that, because we're trying to have a serious conversation.
Okay, I want to get back on track here. I think we do have to acknowledge something.
You see, those people that think that they were beating him up don't recognize, because they're not part of the situation, as to what was really happening there. Is that any of those, and the other thing is that any time a force is used, other than verbal communications, there needs to be a report done on that, and that is analyzed with regard to the amount of force that was used. Was it consistent with the situation itself, or wasn't? And so that'll be something that'll be analyzed within a few days. And London Police do that. We don't have much of a say in any of that.
I think what's really important to note here is that the video was 90 seconds long, and there was a large amount of confrontation that happened before the video. So that's something that I think students need to keep in mind, that police were acting in the best interests of every other student here on campus. They had a very difficult situation to work with before the video was filmed. So I think that that's something that students need to take into consideration, and the university released a press release, and as did the University Students' Council, which is available for viewing on our website, which provides a little bit more information about the incident before this video was shot, before this 90-second video was shot.
I think it's actually a very good experience in jumping to conclusions, because oftentimes we'll see something, whether it's a car accident or something like this, and think something has happened that we see, and it could be like totally different. In this particular situation, when all of the circumstances are explained, people will better understand like what had actually happened. And that's what we're trying to do, is exactly that, is keep it as transparent as possible. We have an individual that burst into offices. We have people locking themselves in offices and all of that sort of thing that was happening. We have officers that were attacked in a different floor. We have an escape at that location. We have an individual that's not in control of what it is that they're actually doing. And so consequently, there's only so many things, there's so many tools that the police can use in order to address that, in order to keep other people safe.
Sure, and I know that there are details, obviously, that you know. In terms of the investigation, it still is early, and certain things that we can't talk about yet, but as the days go by, that will likely unfold. I guess the issue that I'm still sort of stuck on is understanding how such force that is obvious in the video contributes to the well-being or quality of student life for students at Western.
Okay, there's only so many things that the police can do under a circumstance such as that. And if they were beating him up, like some people may think that portrays, that's not the way that they're trained, and that isn't what was happening. They were asking him at the time, like, to stop resisting, to get down. He wasn't doing any of those types of things, and the guy's quite a powerful guy. If they had been beating him up, he's going to come out of there with a lot of injuries. He went to the hospital. He went by ambulance for an assessment as to what was causing his behavior, and also for an assessment with regard to is he physically healthy, or is he going to have other problems because of what he has injected. And so consequently, we're having to look at all that. It wasn't physical injuries that we took him to the hospital.
Okay, yeah, I think we get the message there. And I think over the next couple days, as more details will unfold, we'll find out more about it. But on behalf of the University Students' Council, we do appreciate you being here with us today.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.